Hey, this is Mar, half of Mar and Prash. I love how the nice guys embrace their inner weirdness. I hope saying this doesn't impact my position for future episodes. But here's what's coming up on the Nice Guys on Business podcast.
There are some acts, and Jimmy Buffett is one of them, where the venue pays him to play there because they know that the parrot heads are going to drink so much beer, they're going to make a shitload of money. So Jimmy Buffett comes to the town, he keeps all the money from the ticket sales, and the venue pays him 30 or 40 grand to play there, and then the venue still makes a shitload of money on beer and pretzels.
The point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed, for lack of a better word, is good. Greed is right. Greed works. Greed clarifies, cuts through, and captures the essence of the evolutionary spirit. And greed, you mark my words, will not only save Teldar Paper, but also the Nice Guys Fuckery podcast. Most days, they take their meds. This is not one of those days. Welcome to Fuckery with the Nice Guys. No interviews, no business content. Just your two favorite slack-jawed mouth breathers ranting about whatever. Now, strap yourselves in for Nice Guys Fuckery with the kings of fuckery, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
No.
I have not.
Well, it's Doug's meeting. Hey, welcome back. My name is Strickland Bonner. On the other side of the microphone, not Doug Sandler. He told me to hit record, and then he opened his mouth to say, and he was gone. He was fucking gone. What the hell happened?
I don't know. Did I do something or did you do something?
I didn't kick you out, so you just disappeared.
It went away. I have no idea why. Should I do a speed test? And it's funny because you're talking and I hear your voice, and then I see you seconds later, I see your lips moving.
Yeah, that's a sync issue, I think. It's probably like bad internet or something. I don't know. Whatever.
Want to know how you know that Strickland Bonner is lying? His lips are moving.
Damn, that's cold. That's cold.
Oh my gosh.
You think so?
What's happening? Well, don't speak to the majority of our clients. We have a lot of legal clients, so don't mention lawyer. Oh, that by the way, that is a subject I definitely want to talk about today. I had our good client Steve Fretson with Be That Lawyer podcast. He recommended that I talk to a connection that he has, Raj, to put together my will and my estate plan and the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And you think the days of customer service are gone when everything's online and people are doing everything Zoom meetings and virtual this and remote that. And Raj, my new attorney, he's like, yeah, I want to, I live, he's near Pasadena, which is way, way south of me. It's a couple of hours south. And he's like, yeah, let's meet up in Oxnard, which is maybe 30 minutes from me. I'm like, you want to meet me? It's like, doesn't it seem strange that people want to meet nowadays?
It seems completely strange. And especially just because you want to hire him just to do your will. Is that right?
Well, I think the building a will or an estate plan is like a gateway legal tool for all of the other things that open up. It's like it's the equivalent of giving somebody a little taste of heroin so that they want to come back to the dealer each and every time. And he got me hooked. He's like, yeah, I'd love. Look, I don't have to. If you really insist that you don't want to get together, but I really love to meet my clients, so I get to know who they are and what they're all about. I'm like, right on, Steve. He put me in touch with the right guy, and then Raj and I got together, and he brought me a freaking notebook. I mean, you think?
Oh, you actually got together with him already?
Yeah, I did that just a couple of days ago. I had an initial meeting with him on Zoom, which oftentimes he will do that face-to-face also. He collects a whole bunch of information from me about my, the things that I have. It's amazing. My kids are going to fight over the 7 cents that I actually have saved in the bank. So anyway, but at 58 years old, I'm like, okay, it's now time to take care of some of these things, to make sure that if I get, if incapacitation becomes part of my future, JJ knows what to do with my vegetable body.
Nice.
So anyway, so part of it is, okay, what do you want? What do you want in your medical papers? What do you want it for beneficiaries? What do you want to have happen? How do we avoid the tax liabilities that are associated with anything that you're leaving behind? How do we keep your estate out of probate and all of this stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Do we ever think about that stuff?
No.
Do you ever think about that?
No. I should. I need to, but I don't.
I know. And, although you're 27 instead of my age,
No, now you're talking about the women I've been dating.
That is very true. That is very true. And we'll get to your love life in 1 second after we talk about my hemorrhoids and my everything, all the other shit on my life. Anyway, so, at what point do you begin or do you decide that you're either going to take care of this shit so that it's not left for your family to do after you're gone, or do you decide to do it so that all of this stuff is taken care of? And the situation with me. I mean, I don't know that we knew each other when my dad was living, because that was the mid 90s that he passed. But it just all of the bullshit that we had to go through, and the fact that my dad was a gazillionaire and left me with basically jack shit because of some fucking broad on the other side of it. Not to be too libelous or slanderous about my step monster, but fuck her. Anyway, so she got it all. And, my brother and I got nothing. I mean, literally nothing. I don't want to say that. Not nothing. My dad had a Gerber baby health, Gerber life insurance policy. Those things.
Oh my God. The little shitty, like when you buy it and it's like,
right.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we can live your kids $50,000. It will cost you $3 a day. It'll cost you pennies a day. You can have this too. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And that's exactly what we got. And in the meantime, all the people on the other side of that family, they're doing good. They
never have to work again.
Who knows? Who the fuck knows? I don't know what happened. It would be, you know what? I don't even want to say that anything occurred, like they got anything that they didn't deserve. But I do want to say that not knowing really is the worst part. It's like, I have no idea. Like, there was no attorney to meet with us afterwards to say, hey, this was a part of your dad's estate. Look, I'd hate to throw, gasoline onto the, to flame, if flame the fans, the fuel, the fans, the fire, whatever. But the other $110 million that went to the other people. Sorry, Doug. Sorry, Dave. You guys got nothing. And, all of that. Anyway, so Raj, he meets me at an office building in Oxnard, about 30 minutes south of me, signed this freaking notebook filled with stuff. He has a notary come. The notary is stamping all the documents, doing all of that. Now he goes back to his office to finish putting all the paperwork together, and he wants to get together again. And I'm like, oh, okay. I don't have any friends. I'd like to meet you. You want to go out for a drink afterwards or anything? Or nice. Can we hug? What's going on? I don't know. That's the shit that's going on. And
he's not charging you $400 an hour to meet and have lunch?
No, it's a flat fee to do the whole thing, and it's a really reasonable fee, which is really why I keep thinking, do you really want to meet with me? I mean, it's not like you have your thumb on the scale and you're trying to, milk me for more time. That's not it at all. It's a flat rate. So I feel like it's really fair. He's really bringing to the table the value that he is, that he's showing.
Cool. Love that. Good.
On the other side of things, so the glass guy was in today.
Oh boy. Okay.
All right. So January 3rd was the date that this entire project started. We are now at the end of March as of the recording of this. It'll be just about April. What will be the date? What's tomorrow's date? The 31st of March, right?
Yes.
That's tomorrow's date. So tomorrow's the 31st. So we haven't quite gotten to 4 months. So he comes, he delivered the glass last week. His vehicle had broken down. He rented a truck. He rented the truck. He brought the glass. He had a helper. He got everything straightened, got everything into the house. All the glass is here. Totally cool. Today he goes to put in, there's 3 pieces of glass, 1 floor to ceiling piece, 1 door piece, and then 1, it's called a transom that goes above the door to let steam in and out manually if we care to do that. So the floor to ceiling piece, perfect fit. The door piece, perfect fit. And there's this little maybe 12 inches by 24-inch section. So just a little rectangle, 2 inches too short. It's going to take a week. Another fucking week.
Yeah, but that's just like the top part, right? Can't you use the whole shower now, even before you have that?
Yes, of course we can use the shower. I want everybody out of my fucking house that is a contractor already. Get everybody out of my house. You know, how often you moved into a brand new house. Did the contractors ever have to, the builder ever have to come back into the house to make any final repairs or do any touch-ups, or did you have a punch list or anything like that you went through that you wanted them to fix?
Yeah, before I moved in.
Okay.
But not after I moved in. No.
All right. So it would be the equivalent of you going through the punch list and then one at a time, each of the contractors coming in when, you know, and like JJ and I got in a fight last week because like the guy came and delivered the glass, but he had to put it somewhere. So I'm like, look, we'll put it in the office in the first thought. And again, I understand she doesn't want contractors in their muddy boots coming through our backyard into the sliding glass door over the carpet to lean the glass up. So the first thing that I said they put it in the back, into your office through the sliding glass door. First question she asked was, did they take their shoes off? And I'm like, fuck no, they didn't take their shoes. Now, what am I supposed to do? Have them put the glass down, take their shoe, walk across the yard, take their shoes off, pick the glass back up again, open the sliding glass. No, I didn't do any of that. So we got into a little argument on that last week. And I'm like, oops, yeah, I guess I could have said, take your shoes off, but they didn't even step on the carpet. And I didn't even think about the carpet. I just want to get the fucking contractors out of my house.
I can see that.
I'm a little bit tense about this.
Oh my. So
what's happening? You went to Vegas since our last episode, didn't you?
Yeah, just a quick weekend to go see friends. It was fun. Taylor Swift was playing there Friday night and Saturday night. I did not go to see Taylor Swift, but there were many, many, many Swifties all over the hotel. Yeah.
It's so amazing you say that because, last week I went to that Goodwill gala, the $500 a plate gala.
Yeah.
You remember that when we talked about that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was the same night that Taylor Swift was somewhere in Scottsdale or Phoenix or somewhere right there. So getting on every mode of transportation, whether it's getting out of the Uber or me getting into the Uber or getting onto the little subway or the little tram car that's at the airport. Have you ever been to the Phoenix airport? That's a fucking cool airport.
Been a long time.
Anyway, all sorts of Taylor Swift fans that are there.
I bet. I bet they were everywhere. Well, because there was a stadium tour, so they sold 50 or 60,000 tickets each night. It's crazy to think about.
Can you do the math for just a second at how much a ticket?
Dude, trust me, I'm the same way. I've been thinking about that. I was looking at tickets because I'm thinking, oh yeah, sure, maybe I'll go, right? The shit seats, like all the way up in the rafters, the 400 section of the stadium.
Yeah.
They were asking $450.
Oh my God, you're kidding me.
Now that's the scalp prices, right?
Okay, what was the face value of the ticket though?
That's the thing, I don't know, but it had to be at least $150 for the shit seats, and then it's got to be hundreds and hundreds up to 1,000 or more for decent seats. And they sold out 2 fucking nights in a row.
Just think back to your experience, your concert going experience, and your experience as a rock and roll star, as I have you painted in my picture in my head, by the way. Mm-hmm. And just think back in the time that you and I were going to concerts, AC/DC, Foreigner, Journey, Led Zeppelin, Led Zeppelin, Def Leppard, all of the key groups that were a part of our era. My understanding and my memory, my recollection is that rock and roll groups made no money off of touring. They were basically promoting their album, which is where they were making their money. Or was it the other way around? The album made no money and the tour made all the money.
Nope, you are correct. Back in the day of rock and roll, you would tour to support your album, and they would not make a lot of money on touring. They would make money because they'd go on tour and people would like them and buy the album. Mm-hmm. And now it's completely flipped.
It seems like it has to be flipped because are artists making money from their Like I go on Spotify and listen to every piece of music that I want. Now I know they get a fraction of a cent for every download or something like that, but they're not making their money from their record sales, or are they?
No, they do not make a lot of money from record or CD sales or Spotify or anything like that anymore. It really is mostly money from touring. Yeah.
So when you're spending $18 on 12-ounce Budweiser at the stadium, I'm assuming that they're taking a piece of the concessions also.
Well, now that's an interesting thing. I've actually read articles about that over the last year or so, and like, where do they make their money, right? So interestingly, the way they do it now is most acts, or a lot of acts, it's been a while since I read this, but a lot of acts don't even have to pay the venue to perform there.
Okay.
Basically, the venue says, you come and perform, we get all the concessions.
Got it.
Because they know they're going to make so much money on beer and popcorn sales that they don't even need to charge. It used to be you had to pay to come into town, right? But it gets even crazier. There are some acts, and Jimmy Buffett is one of them, where the venue pays him to play there, because they know that the parrot heads are going to drink so much beer, they're going to make a shitload of money. So Jimmy Buffett comes into town, he keeps all the money from the ticket sales, and the venue pays him 30 or 40 grand to play there. And then the venue still makes a shitload of money on beer and pretzels. That's crazy.
Now, what about and again, I know you're not necessarily in the marketing business or PR business for rock and roll bands, but what about all of the stuff like T-shirts and all of the band like logo stuff? Do they make more money on that, less money on that? Is that one of the part of the deal too?
Yeah, merch is a lot of money too. They make a lot of money on merch. And it's so interesting that you say that, because for the Taylor Swift concert, the day before the concert, there was a merch truck parked outside of Allegiant Stadium selling Taylor Swift stuff. So like, you didn't even have to go to the concert. Like, you could just get merch the day before she rolls into town, right? And it was like a full semi truck. Right. And it's one of these that just opens up. And so they've got, I don't know how many people they had working the merch thing, but there was a line like a mile fucking long. People were waiting hours in line to buy merch the day before. They actually had to, at 4:00, they shut the line down. They had to say nobody else is allowed to get in line because they had so many people.
Because they're going to sell out.
Right. So I'm thinking to myself, why wouldn't you have 2 merch trucks coming? Like, you're selling $40 fucking T-shirts that cost you $3 to make. Why wouldn't you just send another truck? I don't get it.
You know, the irony in all of this, Strickland, is that Taylor Swift can have a semi pull up to a stadium that has probably 30,000 garments in it, and that will sell out to the tune of 1.4 million. And I can't give these things away.
I know.
I'm holding up to the video camera, the NGF little magnets. It's like, I still have a drawer full of these fuckers.
I know. It's crazy. It's so nuts.
It's give so them away.
Crazy. Oh, so we're in our our chat with Tim and Jared that you ignore, and
I don't ignore it. I don't get notified anymore. So ignoring would be actually a physical, like, oh, I see there's a message, I'm not going to view the message. I don't even get notifications anymore because I've stopped the notifications, because I think one of the last times I had actually tuned into the conversation, I had missed like 65 messages, and I'm like, I just checked this yesterday.
I know it's a lot. It can be a lot.
So you guys talk, and I don't mind being a part of the text, because I can see them if I choose to. I just keep you're in my special folder. You're in Daddy's special drawer, Strickland.
So it came down today, I think, I don't know if this is real or not, that Trump is going to be indicted in New York.
Yeah.
And Jared is saying, it's basically going to help him get reelected, because the right is going to say, hey, look, he hasn't done anything. Everybody's after him, and it's because you all don't like him, and it's just going to make him more of a martyr and a victim, which it's certainly possible.
Does this go in the category of there's no such thing as bad press?
Yeah, kind of.
Because the New York Times article or whatever comes out that says he's going to be indicted, and this is fuel to the fire of, there it is, I'm flaming the fires of faniful Trump again, is that because they're writing this article that could be extremely detrimental to him, he's going to do better in the election.
Right. Exactly. Well, that's the argument. And
further polarizing America.
It could happen.
Okay, so
I made a comment in the thread that he's guilty as fuck. Like, in other words, if he gets indicted and arrested, if he gets indicted and convicted, I don't believe he's allowed to run for president again.
Okay.
But he actually has to get convicted. So I don't disagree with Jared that if he does not get convicted, that it could help him get elected again. But I made a comment that it's guilty as fuck, but if it can't be proven in court, if it can be proven in court is another matter. And Jared said, hey, just curious, I say he's guilty, but guilty of what? The indictment is sealed as of now. So we don't even know what the charges are. And I'm basically...
You're saying he's guilty. You don't even know what the charges are. It doesn't matter. Right. He's guilty of something.
I'm playing the liberal left, which, I'm making the argument against the right. Like Jim Jordan. Jim Jordan is making these arguments that it's a witch hunt and you can't, and you absolutely positively shouldn't be doing this because it's wrong. And of course, the argument is, you don't even know what he's been fucking charged with, Jim, but you're saying that he shouldn't be charged. How can you say he shouldn't be charged when you don't even know what the fuck he's been charged with? But I'm guilty of the same thing.
You're saying just on the other side.
Exactly. And Jared's right. He's 100% right. I'm guilty of the same thing. I'm like, well, he's obviously fucking guilty. But I believe, my understanding is, and I should not jump the gun, but I'm pretty sure what he's going to get indicted on is bribery charges, not bribery. It's, what is it? It's basically
extortion.
Paying Stormy Daniels to not talk.
Hush money, right?
And you can't do that if it could affect an election. So basically using the money to do something to squash information that could affect an election.
Hold up. So there's actually a specific law that says you can't pay hush money if it would persuade a voter to or not to vote for you. And how would you know that? How would you know that at any point? I don't even understand that.
Well, basically, and this specific example is a great example. Stormy Daniels was possibly going to come forward in October, like a couple of weeks before the election, to say, hey, Donald Trump and I had an affair for a long time. I know it was Karen McDougal he had an affair for a long time with, but we had an affair and he paid me off not to talk about it, or something along those lines. Basically, she was going to come out and tell everybody he was concerned that if she did that, like if the public found out that, yes, in fact, he did have an affair with her, that he would lose votes. And so instead, he bought the rights, or he had, I don't even fucking know, like he had the National Enquirer buy the rights to her story to squash it.
Oh, so they're getting him on the loophole of that it went through a third party or something like that in order to tell her to have her not speak?
It was Michael Cohen that actually paid the bill, and he's saying, I didn't know anything about it. Michael Cohen was just doing me a favor.
Did Michael Cohen go to jail?
Yes, he did.
I'm pretty sure he went to jail.
He did.
I think it's going to, number one, I agree. I didn't see any of this messaging, but I agree with Jared if the messaging as you laid it out, that you are jumping to the conclusion as much as anybody on either side would be jumping to the conclusion, the opposite conclusion that you've reached. But I really do think that it comes to, he may not be guilty of whatever is in that indictment, but he is guilty of something. I don't think I'm going too far out on a ledge to say that. Now, they, of course, would have to prove it, and then they have to go to trial, and they would have to find him guilty. There is a lot of steps in between where we are right now and where we're going to be at the end of the trial.
Yeah, I think there's a better chance of conviction for his tax stuff, where, he claims on his taxes that X, Y, and Z buildings aren't worth shit, so he doesn't have to pay very many taxes on it. But then when he goes to the bank to say, hey, I need a loan, he values them at 10 times what the tax value he said was.
Part of the 50% of the population that voted for him to begin with, part of that population is that extreme group that would vote for him no matter what.
Sure.
But part of that 50%, probably the majority of that 50%, I would think or even a small portion of it, even more than 5 or 10% would be enough to persuade, the entire election to go towards the Democrats. But it's got to be that just the fact that there is all this hullabaloo about everything going on, can he still get elected?
Look, it's very possible. It's very possible. There are a lot of people that just back him and love him and say that he's a victim and he really didn't do any of these things, and that, the left is just so against him. They're throwing as much shit on the wall as they possibly can. And his answer is, well, none of it is sticking because none of it is true, because I'm a good guy and I'm a good businessman. And, okay, people believe what they want to believe.
If Jared, if given the opportunity, and maybe this is a message that you will. Oh, I think there's a voicemail in there from.
There is a voicemail.
Okay, that's cool. I think there might only be one. I don't
there
remember
is only
how many.
One.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Given the opportunity to vote Republican, which I believe that Jared would, but given the opportunity to have the choice of 2 Republicans to select from, would Trump be the choice that he would work? Isn't there at some point you say, you know what? Okay, so that babysitter didn't molest anybody in my house, but he molested somebody in that other house over there. Don't you at some point say, I probably should just avoid this babysitter. It probably is. I'm probably better deciding to err on the safe side than to err on the side of. Are his ideas so extreme and so visionary and so forward thinking that is the only choice that the Republicans can come up with for a presidential candidate?
It is super interesting. I would love to hear Jared's answer to that. Like if you would prefer Ron DeSantis or somebody else entirely.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd love to hear the answer to that, because I hear about the things that I think about the things that Trump says, and I stop and think about them like coming out of some other president's mouth. And it's just not even possible. It's not even possible. Somebody put, the other day, he actually threatened DA Bragg, like the New York district attorney who is going to indict him. He threatened him on Truth Social. I don't even remember what he said, but it was basically something like, you're an animal and we're going to come after you. And I saw somebody tweeted about, it was like, Hunter Biden found out that, that somebody was going to prosecute him for what's on his laptop, and he thrashed out at them and called them an animal and threatened them and said they were a horrible person, ... Oh no, that was Trump. And it's like, that's it. It's like, it's unbelievable the shit that he gets away with and he doesn't get called out on. Forget whether he's right or wrong. It's like, you don't say shit like that about people. If you are a president of the fucking United States or a former president, you just don't say shit like that.
Is it because he's so out there anyway that people aren't they just used to his idiocy?
Well, that's it. And that's why they just let it go, because it's like, oh, it's just Trump. And it's like, this is still the guy that you want to elect him president? Like, if people would say to me, you know what, I like his brashness because he's just honest. You know what? I'm okay with honest. He's fucking
not honest,
deprecating to everybody. He just anybody that he doesn't like, he's like, oh, fucking loser. Oh, fucking asshole. Oh, he's a fucking animal. Like,
I just feel like
kills me.
I just feel like you don't want a baby. You don't want to whine. I don't want a whiner as a president.
Yeah.
Look, if you want to be the host or co-host of the Nice Guys on Business and you want to whine and be a little like a bitchy girl about shit, then fine. Be that. Sorry, bitchy girls that are out there. I didn't mean to offend you by comparing you to Trump. But you're fine. You're fine. If you want to be a bitch and you want to be like a little whiny baby, that's a great position for you to play if you're a host of the Nice Guys on Business. But I am not going to run for president, so I'm going to bitch all I want to and whine all I want to here. You will never see me running for president. And you know what? I've probably been found guilty of far lesser things, but would still be held against me in my candidacy. So there's something about the shit that this guy has. I don't know. He's stepped in a horseshoe somewhere and he's got a lot of horse shit on that horseshoe. And he is still, how many times can he come up for air?
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy to me. It's crazy. Are we ready to listen to the voicemail?
Yeah, we're getting to the voicemail early today.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm really just using it to try to change the subject.
Okay. Well, are you thinking that there's a potential that whatever Jared is going to bring up in the voicemail, and by the way, I want to, before you hit the voicemail, I want to talk about a guest I had on the show recently. Is there something in the voicemail, which we probably is a review of something we've talked about before, that we are going to talk about again because it's in Jared's voicemail?
I'm completely confused. I have no idea what you just said.
Okay. So I interviewed, hello, Steve. I hope you're doing well. Steve Miletto. Steve was like the principal of the year in Atlanta, Georgia in, I forget, early 2000s or maybe early 2010s. Mm-hmm. And he is also a professional speaker and he's a podcaster and he does a whole bunch of cool stuff. And he was a guest on Healthier Tech Podcast. And I'm like, this is a really cool guy. I want to have him on the show. And he is a fan of the show. He's been listening, I think, since I invited him on the show. And he's like, you have like such and I'm going to use the word wrong, I think, a dichotomy. It's like you have these Monday episodes and then you have these Friday episodes. Mm-hmm. He's like, I kind of get the Monday episodes, good interviews, but like, I have no idea what direction that you and Strickland are going to go in when you come up with a Friday show. I think that is part of what is our draw for our Friday show. People, we've had thousands of people that listen on Friday. We don't know most of them, but I know Steve Miletto is now one of those guys. So I was very careful when I did my interview with him. I did not drop the F-bomb even once. I know it's counter what I normally do, but
but when you do interviews, you often don't curse, right? It's just
often I do not curse when I do that, unless I feel like the guest can handle me just talking real. Mm-hmm. I wasn't concerned that Steven couldn't handle me talking the language that I would talk. I just wanted him to be able to promote the episode. And since he's got a lot of students, I'm like, okay, just advise your students to listen to and only listen to this episode, because listening outside of the box will not be a good experience for them.
Not a good idea. No.
Not a good idea. Well, Stephen, thank you for being a valuable guest. Thank you for being a community member. I love the fact that not only did you listen to do your homework, but you actually you shared some of that information to prove to me that you actually are a listener to the show, but then you're still coming back for more. So thank you. So the reason I brought that whole thing up to begin with was he said, hey, what's with that voicemail music that you guys have? He said, why does Jared get a spot? And I explained Jared's history and his story. Mm-hmm. And I said, he gets a special spot because he's been the only one consistently leaving messages over the last, how long has Jared been listening? 5 years, 7 years, 8 years?
Long damn time. Well, I think we've only been doing it 7. So probably not longer than that.
You're not right, Strick. We started this podcast in February of 2015. So we are 8 years into this.
That's fucking nuts. And our Paul Morena, our
patient zero.
That's it, patient zero. That's what I couldn't think of. Our patient zero who's been listening since the beginning. God bless you, Paul. Thank you so much. I can't believe you're still sticking around.
I can't believe it either. I haven't even been listening to the Daily that religiously,
Yeah. Okay. Are we ready for the...
No, I have another question. I got a very topical question for you before you do hit the voicemail. I got to know the answer to this question because I'm sure you do, since I know you're not a big baseball fan, but you're a bigger baseball fan than I am.
Okay.
What the fuck is with the changing of the rules in baseball?
Oh, it's funny you mentioned that because well, it's only funny you mentioned it because I happened to be reading an article about it yesterday.
Okay. So number one, they're having a pitch clock.
Yeah.
Okay. Second thing is they're making the bases bigger.
Mm-hmm.
What was the third thing? Oh, and the third thing is they're not allowing players, like in Moneyball, to shift from one spot to the other on the field to play to the strength of the batter.
They can shift some, but the amount of shifting they can do is limited. Yes.
So I get all of my sports knowledge from the Daily, and they had one of the sports editors or sports writers come on the Daily today and explaining these three things, and I'm like, you gotta fucking be kidding me. And then they explained the only excitement in the game is the home run, pretty much. And aside from the home run, because everybody is shooting to get these home runs now, and for the last many years, that it has really slowed the other parts of the game down drastically. I'm like, oh, you're fucking kidding me. You know what? Let's just get rid of the entire game. I have a better idea. Let's just make it 16 games a year as opposed to 162 fucking games.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
God.
Well, they're saying that they estimate that it will make games on average 20 minutes shorter. That's the pitch clock, which I think is fascinating and interesting. I mean, shit, that's why they did it with basketball. I mean, it's been obviously a lot of years since they had a shot clock in basketball, but the reason they did it is because it's fucking boring. You know, somebody at the end of the game, they just hold on to the ball. And baseball is 162 fucking games. It's a long goddamn season, and they want to make it more interesting. I mean,
you know,
how many times have you seen a game that's like 0-2 and 0-3? It's like it happens all the goddamn time because the game's kind of boring.
I will tell you what will make the games much more interesting. Number one, flaming balls. They made the ball. They ignite the balls before the pitcher pitches them. And let's see somebody actually, what's it called when you throw at the head? What is that called?
Oh my God. Brushback pitch.
Yeah. Bro, whatever, a brushback pitch. I mean, it gives a whole new meaning to the word fastball. You know, it's like, okay, a flaming ball might be good. Maybe they could do something like razor blades in every other glove, you know, or something like that. They could put barbed wire over at the warning track. I mean, that would truly define the warning track properly, I would think. I mean, these are all good ideas. You know what would also work really well? A gasoline ignited moat right in the middle of the field. You know what? They should learn something from miniature golf. Maybe a windmill every once in a while would be good in the middle of the field.
This is the rollerball version of baseball.
Oh my God. Rollerball was the first R. What year did Rollerball come out? When we had this conversation before, it was the first R movie that I ever saw.
I don't know why I think it was 1971. That pops into my head, but here
I'm going to say, I remember I saw it at the Reisterstown Road Plaza. And I'm going to say it wasn't 71, but I'm going to put it somewhere in the area of, I'm going to put it at 76 to 78. Tell me what it was.
76 sounds good. Hold on. Let me pull it up. IMDb. Okay. Good old IMDb.
Sorry, Jared. We'll get to your voicemail in a second. I knew this would happen. I'm just really curious. When did Rollerball come out? And then they had like a Rollerball 2, didn't they?
I think there was a remake of it.
A remake of it?
5 or 10 years ago. 75. Yeah, 2002, there was a remake of it.
Okay, so in 75, it came out. I was 11 years old, and I was going to my first R movie. Now, R movies used to be, I mean, R was defined differently when we were kids.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, R would probably be like a G plus right now, you know?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah, totally. I think Rollerball was probably given the R. Was it James Caan that was in it?
In fact, I've got to watch this. I've never seen this movie.
You have never seen, okay, 2 movies that you must see.
I've heard tons about it, but I've never seen it.
If you are Funkin' fans, if you are a true fan of The Nice Guys, which I think that you all are, that if you're listening to this over and over again, thank you for listening for all of the years that you have been listening, by the way. Mm-hmm. If you've been listening, there's 2 movies that you must see, at least that are on my must-see list. Number 1, Rollerball would be one of them because it's paying homage to my first R movie. The second one, and this might be a sleeper for you, but if you have not yet seen Soylent Green, you've got to go see Soylent Green. Wait, was that wasn't James Caan also, was it?
No, that was Charlton Heston.
Charlton Heston, that's right. Soylent Green is
now. Don't say it. You don't want to You don't want to be. You don't want to spoil it because that's spoiler alert. That's the very end of the movie right there.
That's all right. You might have to beep that.
I mean, it's only been out for 50 years, so it's like not.
When did that movie come out?
Spoiler. That was maybe that was 71. This is interesting. I really need to watch this Rollerball. I think I gotta see it.
All right.
I've never watched it.
You should definitely watch it. It was
James Caan's great.
I haven't seen it since 75 or 76, whenever it was, but
so what was R-rated about it? Like, did you see like
have to be violence? It would have to be because of the violence.
Did you see any
like that's
didn't
violence.
See any boobs?
Oh fuck. I don't even remember if I saw, but I haven't seen boobs in a long time. I still haven't seen boobs in a long time. So if you had to pick two movies that you wanted somebody in our audience to see that would bring back, shades of your youth, what would it be for you?
Soylent Green was 1973.
Yeah, so I saw it in 73 because I think I saw that in the movie. And what was that rated when it came out?
Oh my God, this is funny. Look at the movie poster. It's the year 2022.
Oh my God.
Oh shit, that was last year, right?
That is so great. It's the year 2022. Oh my fucking God.
That's funny, right?
Soylent Green. You guys got to see Soylent Green. It was like I don't know if there was many dystopian films look at these guys wearing helmets.
That's funny.
God. Great movie.
Yeah.
What was that rated when it came out? Do you know?
It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Does it say? And does it say what the box office pool was and how much it's earned since then? I'm really curious about these things.
I don't think this one was really huge at the box office. I don't think it was a major hit. Where do you find that?
I don't know.
Stuff
I don't know.
On IMDb.
I don't know.
If I had to pick one, like from my youth, right?
Yeah.
Like as a teenager, is staying away from ones like Star Wars. I saw Star Wars in the theater, and I saw Raiders of the Lost Ark at the Center Theater.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, give me something that's not a main reel.
Right. If I think about something that is a little more obscure, Logan's Run.
Wow. Okay.
Logan's Run. That was Michael York.
I was going to say, was that Michael York, if I remember correctly? Was it Michael York?
Yeah, Michael York. And I really loved that. I saw that twice in the theater as a kid. And that was a great, and I read the book a couple times. And that was a really good sci-fi one from
I was big on Planet of the Apes.
Yeah,
I really like the Planet of the Apes thing. That was again just a really what is that? That's Soylent Green.
It's the trailer for Soylent Green. Yeah, Charlton Heston beating the crap out of somebody. Yeah.
Oh, great movies. Yeah, Soylent Green. Okay, so go watch Logan's Run for Strickland. You got a second movie choice. You have another one you can pick.
Well, you see, it's funny. I'm wearing a T-shirt, Stillwater. Did you ever watch? But this wasn't from my youth because this came out in like I don't know, 90s, 2000 maybe. Was Almost Famous. Did you ever go watch it?
Wait, Almost Famous. That was just a movie that I just saw.
You just saw it?
What was that movie? Hold on, that's a show on. I think I just saw that. Almost Famous.
Yeah, it came out
Netflix.
in 2000.
Netflix. I just what the fuck?
Hang on. Was there also
Peters,
a TV series? Hang on.
Almost Famous.
Oh yeah, look at that. It was a TV series for 2 years.
Wait, what did I just watch yesterday? Hold on a second. Almost Famous.
What is this?
TV Guide. What was Almost Famous about? Oh, it was about. Oh, okay. So I forget who the artist is, but it was about a guy that was in a boy band in the early 2000s.
Oh,
and then 20 years later, he meets an autistic child as he is practicing, and the autistic child really inspires and motivates him to go back on tour. And this is the relationship between the washed up guy and his ex partner in the boy band, who had still remained famous through all of that 20 years, and just the decisions that he made along the way. I don't want to give it away.
I have no idea what that movie is.
Say it again.
I have no idea what that movie is. It doesn't sound familiar at all.
I thought that was called Almost Famous also, or maybe used to be famous, or I don't remember. Anyway.
Well, hang on. It is interesting because there is another one that says a contemporary and relevant teen drama.
Hold on. Let me find out from JJ. Hold on.
Okay. Oh, hang on. The world of a gifted teenager.
What was the name of that movie we saw about the washed up boy band guy?
Faithfully describes the world of teenagers today in their language. Hey, for those of you who don't regularly listen to the show and you're wondering why aren't they editing this out? Yep, this is the show. We don't do any fucking editing or any shit like that. This is all you get. It doesn't get any better. So we're sorry.
The guy that was a boy band. You remember? We just saw
language, Facebook and reality TV shows.
Having a very important conversation with Strickland. It just happens to be recorded for the nice guys.
I don't know.
Okay, JJ's going to find out.
No, you need to watch the real Almost Famous, which is
the real Almost Famous. Okay.
Yeah, Cameron Crowe. This was Kate Hudson's first movie, or one of her first movies, her first big starring role. Oh, it's so good, you'd like it, and JJ would really like it too.
What year did that come out?
2000.
Okay, it's called Almost Famous, and I got to watch that. And where is it streaming right now?
I don't know. Watch on MGM Plus. Here's more watch options. MGM Plus, Paramount. You can rent it on. Amazon
is it on Prime? Amazon Prime?
Yeah, Amazon Prime.
Okay, all right, I'll check it out.
It's worth.
So that one of that's one of your picks?
Well, but it came out in 2000, so it's not like it came out when I was a teenager.
Do you remember the first R movie that you saw?
It was this shit. What was it called? It was with Christy McNichol and Jodie Foster.
Oh, that was 8 is Enough.
No, that's a TV show. This was like about a summer camp thing, but it was terrible.
I do remember another. I think it was an R-rated movie. The Blue Lagoon.
Oh,
you remember The Blue Lagoon? It was Brooke Shields and Christopher
Atkins. It's another funny thing. I was just reading an article about her because she's got a documentary out now about like growing up, and she was 14 when that movie came out. Fucking 14.
Wait.
Like there's no way they would make that movie today.
I think there was a boob shot in that movie.
No. They tease it, right? Like they're on this deserted island, but she's got long hair and her hair is always like covering her boobs up.
God, that was the movie that I discovered my how old was I when I came up before I really embarrassed myself?
I was like, we got to find out what year it came out. Hold on.
Yeah, I want to know what year I started putting memories in the spank bank. That's what I want to know.
1980.
1980. Okay, 16 years old. That makes sense. Sense. I had a girlfriend, my first girlfriend at that point. Actually, my second, if you count Linda Friedman. Thank you, Linda. I love you. I remember you from my childhood, but I was only 9 years old. And then my second girlfriend, which was really my first real girlfriend when it comes to being like a young adult, Lisa Meyerberg. And Lisa, if you listen to the nice guys, so very much appreciate you. And she was ready so much faster than I was. I was very afraid to move on to the next level. First level is just like making out. And like the next level, are you looking at Blue Lagoon?
This is the trailer. Yeah.
Anyway, Lisa was ready much earlier than I was. And so I don't know, maybe it was the movies like The Blue Lagoon. She was 14 years old in that movie.
14. Yeah.
Well, they had a lot of innuendo that there was sex that was going on. Didn't we see sex in that movie, or it was just innuendo?
I don't know that I've actually ever seen the movie. I'm just very familiar with it because it was like, huge.
What the fuck? You have not seen The Blue Lagoon?
I don't think so, no.
You've got to go see
Dude, she was 14 fucking years old in that movie. There's no way I want to go back and see that movie.
You do want to see this movie now.
No.
You do just because you want to see how stupid it is.
No, I really don't. I have better things to do.
Okay, so are you going to go back and watch Soylent Green or Rollerball? We can watch
Rollerball. I definitely will because I've never seen Rollerball. But Soylent Green, maybe.
So did that just come out on DVD in 2017? Is that what
Apparently,
I was reading?
That's what it said, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, they must have had some licensing issues going on there.
Yeah.
Curious how much
they had to blur
grossed.
a few scenes a little bit more than they were blurred in the movie theater because Brooke Shields was fucking 14 years old.
As Strickland says it again, 14 years old. Yeah. Yeah, that movie.
I don't want to watch that movie and have any thought of her being even a little tiny bit attractive, because that's just like, I feel like a complete pedophile. So, yeah.
Understood. All right. Now it's time to get to Jared's voicemail. We can do that. I promise, without interruption. But could you put a little space between the intro and then, just in case I think of something else?
Of course you're going to think of something.
By the way, I've had a chance so far to mention Linda Friedman, my first girlfriend, and then Lisa Meyerberg, my second girlfriend. I have not yet really had a full conversation about Carrie Hostetler, who was my first college girlfriend. So we'll talk about that in a future upcoming episode.
Nikki Wareheim was my first girlfriend.
Really? We all dated
grade.
Nikki for a spell.
You know Nikki Wareheim?
No, I don't know. I had a mad crush when I worked at the Great Cookie at the Reisterstown Road Plaza. For you Baltimore folks, you'll know exactly what the Reisterstown Road Plaza was, when it was a closed plaza as opposed to an open plaza. Not meaning racial, but not racial closed.
It was a mall.
They turned it into a mall. I worked at the Great Cookie. Right around the corner from the Great Cookie was a store called Merry-Go-Round. You remember Boogie Wineglass owned a store called Merry-Go-Round?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Boogie owned Merry-Go-Round. And they only hired hip and cool people, which is why I worked at the Great Cookie. You understand that, right? In Merry-Go-Round worked a woman, a girl, same age, 16, but oh my God, she's 16. She could have taught me so many things about life and love. Shayla Swinglberg. Okay.
Wow.
I know, right? So if anybody has any connection with Shayla Swinglberg, I would love I want to just reconnect, because I want to find out what I'd love. I'm still in contact with Carrie Hostetler. We were Facebook friends. And I think I have connected with Lisa Meyerberg on Facebook also. And Linda Freeman and we've been friends my entire life. So it's,
wow.
I know.
Okay, so if we're talking about fucking teenage loves,
yeah.
So Nikki Wareheim was my first girlfriend, and I have not talked to or really thought about Nikki Wareheim in 40 years. I have no idea where she might be, but at the same time, the way that Nikki and I started going out, somebody, I don't even remember who it was, came to me and said, "Hey, dude, you got to make a decision." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" It's like, "You got two girls that like you.
What?
Which one?" And I was like, "What?"
So Nikki Wareheim was one. What was the other?
Well, here's the thing. I was total fucking geek in middle school, and I was just blown away that there were two girls that liked me.
Because
Nikki Wareheim and
so cool right now,
and Kitty Love. Now Nikki was a grade behind me. Kitty was in my grade, and Nikki was a grade behind me. Kitty Love was fucking beautiful and goofy and fun, and I was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that she likes me." But I thought, she will eat me for lunch.
So you made a decision. You made a conscious decision that you weren't mature enough for Nikki Love. You had to go with
Kitty Love. I had to go with Nikki Wareheim. 100%. 100%. I was like, "Oh my God, Kitty Love is fucking," like, I couldn't possibly go talk to her and then get rejected, and like, no way. She's like so much cooler than I am, and has her shit together so much. There's no fucking way I could do that.
And at that point in your life, how old were you? About
14.
Okay, at 14 years old, you weren't quite ready to push your boundaries yet.
No way, not a shot.
And that's kind of like where I was with Lisa. At 15 years old, I wasn't ready to push my boundaries into manhood at all. I wasn't ready for it. You know, for those of you that might be in our community thinking, "What the fuck, Sandler? Why just man up?" You know, it's hard to tell a 15-year-old that came from a single mom, whose mama's little boy, the baby, the runt of the litter, 6'4" in the runt of the litter. You can't tell me to man up. I wasn't at a point in my life where I was ready to man up. It wasn't until, you know, the stylings of Strickland Bonner or my friend Robert Sherman brought me into, you know, my full manhood. And that sounds kind of weird, not because Strickland put anything up, but just so you know.
Yeah. Thank you for clarifying that. I appreciate that.
No problem. You're welcome.
But Kitty Love, I've reconnected with on Facebook, and we've chatted a bit. And it's funny because she looks exactly the same.
Well,
I mean,
could you get it? Let me see. Go to Facebook and bring
Okay.
I gotta see. Maybe, hey, could we get Mohammed Shakiba? I know you still listen to the show. Appreciate all that you have done in the early stages of our growth. If you could, Strickland's going to he'll put a. How do we get? I want a picture of her on the. I want like a hand drawn version of her that's only by Mohammed.
Of Kitty Love.
Yeah, of Kitty Love. What is she into, Strickland? What is she into?
She is. She's a tattoo artist, actually.
Oh, nice.
Here, let me see if I can find photos.
Just click. Yeah, there you go. Wow. Okay.
No, that's that is her. Yeah, that's her.
Okay. So at what point?
Oh, there's a cool stylized looking picture of her.
Okay. So
yeah, but I mean, and like you can tell, she's like pretty hippie-ish, right?
Right. Now, what was it exactly about her that you felt like you just couldn't handle?
Oh my God, she was just so fucking cool. But she was goofy cool, right? She wasn't like everybody thinks she's beautiful. She was the like hippie, fun, funny, and smart and confident. And like I was like, oh,
click on that white dress photo.
That one?
No, the one to the left of that.
Here?
Yeah. Is that her daughter?
I have no idea.
So my question would be this. Okay, there's a difference between someone being all of those things that you had just said and someone knowing that they are all of those things. Now, did she feel like I'm too cool for you, or I'm too? I get the sense that she did. That wasn't on her. That wasn't her MO. I felt like it was like a. It was not a self-proclaimed cooler than cool. It was more like people claimed that because, I mean, look at her.
Right.
She's Kitty Love.
That's it. That's it. Exactly. I like if I said that to her now, right? Yeah. If I said, yeah, like I heard that you liked me and that I just decided you were so far out of my league because you were way too cool. And she would laugh. She would totally laugh. She's like, you got to be kidding me. She absolutely does not think of herself that way.
Yeah. Show me. Go back to the second one. So you said Kitty Love, and then
Nikki Wareheim. I haven't connected. I haven't talked to Nikki Wareheim in 40 years.
Oh, that's a pretty unique name, though. Why don't you go ahead and Facebook her? I wouldn't even know how to spell her name.
Dangerous.
Could you spell
Nikki
Shayla Swinglberg? I'm really curious if you could. You know, there's only one Shayla Swinglberg in this life, but I have no idea. You have a couple of Nickies that are.
Nikki Wareheim.
Oh, wait, Heim, I think it would be. Let's try that.
Eim, yeah, probably Nikki Wareheim.
I think. Let's see.
And would she even go by Nikki anymore?
Well, there's one that went to college that was not
Wesley College. I don't know if she went to Wesley or not.
And there's only a couple in there, so who knows? Is that her right in the middle?
Studied at Wesley, went to Hereford High.
That's got to be her.
That's Maryland, right?
Right. That's why I said Wesley, because I thought that Wesley was in Maryland.
What else do we have about like? Oh, here we go. Friends. Like maybe we have common friends. No friends to show. She's not sharing that. So.
Well, click on that middle image and see, or that one. That's fine. Any of those images. Can you get a sense if that was her just by looking at her?
I really can't. It's been so long. I really have no idea.
Well, Strick, she's right in the age range because she looks like she's in her 50s. She's got two adult boys. It looks like adult men.
Mm-hmm.
Either that or she likes 211. I can't really determine from that photo. But
that's kind of crazy, right?
The way is fine.
No, it definitely could be.
We're like an hour into this. We better play the voicemail.
Yeah, this is you sent me down a damn rabbit hole.
Went down the rabbit hole. Sorry, everybody. Well, no, I'm not sorry. Oh, and by the way, if this is the first time you've tuned in to the Nice Guys on Business, and you're thinking, hey, are these guys going to edit out any of this stuff? No. We this is it. There is no edit. I
already told them that while you were going to find JJ about
that reminds me. Hold on. Let me see if I can get the name of the movie. Hold on.
Oh my God. Hey, and by the way, Emily, I'm watching Fleabag. For any of you who have not seen Fleabag, it's on Amazon Prime. It's so fucking good. You have to watch it.
Nothing. I got nothing from that.
Emily, the whole Fleabag comparison, please take it as a compliment. But the more I watch it, it's like you definitely.
Why? Where are we? How do we get there? How did we get there?
Well, I was just telling people that I am rewatching Fleabag, and while you were out, I just wanted to say, hey, Emily, and that I stand behind my Fleabag comparison, but only the good things, not the super crazy neurotic things about Fleabag.
No, none of the. No, only the endearing, pleasant, wonderful things that Fleabag brings to the table. All of the neuroses. Well, I sometimes I consider neuroses pleasant also. So I do like that. It's cute. I like it. I mean, over pulse anxiety is one of those things that it's very attractive to me.
Okay, can we get to the voicemail now?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's play it.
We got a voicemail from Jared. I said a voicemail from Jared. You know a voicemail from Jared. Nobody else will call. We got a voicemail from Jared. Screw the rest of y'all.
I don't know if you remember, you realize that's the short version. We have a version that has a whole nother verse to it.
What is the other version?
We have a version that has a long, but it was so freaking long. It was just too much.
Does it give you more? Does it give you more, or does it give you the same, just longer?
Honestly, I don't fucking remember. It's been so long since I've heard it. I have no idea. You know what? I'm going to put it on as an Easter egg at the end of today's show. I'll put the full version on. So if you want to hear it, fast forward to the end of the episode and listen to that. I'm going to put
that's going to work for our listeners. It's not going to work for me because
it's a fucking shit. You'll have to actually go find the episode and fast forward to the end. You don't have to listen all the way through it. Just fast forward to the end.
Also, just as an editing note, as a little bit of editorial here. If you are listening to our show with any kind of regularity, and you notice there is some gap in the episodes that we do on Monday, this is done purposely. Okay, just so you know. Yeah, I'm only going to take the episode. I only want to put somebody in the guest seat that I'm really feeling like deserves the guest seat. Okay, so Steve,
when Doug says it's being done purposely, the purpose is that he doesn't feel like talking to people anymore.
No, that's totally it. I agree. I mean, nobody gets under the radar screen. And Steve, I put you there. I mean, I made a conscious decision to put you into the guest seat. And there are several other people that I consciously decided to put into the guest seat. You are not going to weasel your way into the nice guy guest seat. I'm just not going to do that anymore. So one of two things is going to happen. I'm only going to put somebody in the guest seat if, number one, I like them, which is very, very rare. And second thing is if there's a 99% probability that they're going to become a client, I might think about putting them in the guest seat because I like you that way too, or because your check spend. Okay, I like that. But we will only take money from people that we really appreciate and respect. That's how we do.
That's how we roll.
That's how we roll. Anyway, okay. You actually had some commentary between the end of the voicemail from Jared theme song and the message. I would not have said any of that stuff had you not thrown the first stone.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, go ahead and play it.
Mm-hmm. I guess Rick, Jared here. So looks like I was right
about
my message. I said you're going to pay now because you got so many voicemails to listen to. And strict. You guys were listening to the voicemails. You heard me do the first message, which was the week before. Then you heard me do the second message, which was actually the first message of that current week.
Okay.
And then I said voicemail number 2. And you're like, voicemail number 2, huh? And so you were lost. And that's great because you guys skipped my message the week before. You forgot that voicemail number 1 was one of the week before. And voicemail number 2 was actually one of that week.
That's right. Now
so I was right. Probably the first time in my life. But I was right. So I'm going to enjoy this moment and celebrate. Anyways, guys, love show. It was great hearing about Stratego and okay, maybe it was. It's just great to hear your excitement about the games because I forgot all the other games you were talking about. Rock'em Sock'em Robot. That was fun. I admit, Mousetrap was good. But when you got into Stratego, and I can't remember what the others were, but anyways, just wanted to call and tell you, nana boo boo. See you guys.
Nana, boo boo.
Okay, that was a combination of childish teasing and Mork for Mork. Nano, boo boo. Do you remember the game Masterpiece?
Not Mastermind?
No, not Mastermind. It was called Masterpiece, and it was like it was an art auction turned into board game. I don't remember how it worked. I think you were bidding. It was kind of like Monopoly with art instead of with except there was no rent. I don't remember how you played the game, but I do remember I also enjoyed Masterpiece. It did educate me a lot about art pieces, Picasso, Renoir, Chagall, Da Vinci.
I don't remember.
All of that stuff.
I do not remember that one. I never played it.
Okay. Was there anything of value that we have to talk about further about Jared's voicemail? Because I wasn't listening. Sorry. Sorry. That's why I can't remember when we play his voicemails, because when you hit the voicemail play button, I go off and I do something else. I mean, I'm still listening, but multitasking for me is not an easy task.
No, nothing else that we needed to discuss other than Jared was right, it's all good.
Jared, you've got you've powered up this week. You are correct. You've earned the golden coins. We will get them next week, or maybe when Trump gets indicted. All right, should we head out of here then? Are we good?
Yeah, I gotta get dinner. I'm hungry.
Oh, all right. Well, then go ahead, dinner. Any Tizers this evening? What are you having tonight?
I don't know. I was going to go to the grocery store, but now I'm tired. Too much talking to you.
Understood. All right. Well, in the meantime, Steve O'Brien, go ahead and take us out of here.
For the Nice Guys on Business, the only podcast I provide voice for and also actually listen to, I'm Steve O'Brien. Well, that's what I tell them, at least. Listen to the beginning and the end. All the stuff in the middle is just yak, 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 yak.